What is up to the SK squad? What is up to my gang? What is up to my squad? Hey guys, today we're going to be reacting to some videos, just about one or two. Let's get it. Wow. Well, no, we're gonna be reacting to this video. Wow, I'm playing Fortnite.
Or spice and turned it into the DNA of a better system. We created Bionic and put the word out with GoDaddy. What will
Hey, I'm Neil, and a little while ago, I was accused of stealing money at school. I was completely innocent, but nobody believed me. I got in trouble a lot, and teachers knew that, and, well, they didn't like me that much. They even called my parents pretty often, but my parents didn't really care. It was also pretty hard to make friends, and a lot of other people thought I was weird, but nobody ever said anything to me face to face because they were afraid of me. Thankfully, I've had one friend since I was a kid. His name is Matt, and we've been friends since the first grade. One day, our teacher called me into her office and told me, "Okay, Neil, I know the truth. Tell me where they are." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she kept looking at me with this serious look. After a long and awkward silence, she told me, "I know you took our school trip money from the table. If you return it, you won't be in trouble. I promise." I didn't know what to say. Basically, the class below us was collecting money for a trip, and apparently our teacher was keeping it on her table, and one day, it disappeared. I got very angry because of the accusation and raised my voice, saying, "I didn't take the money, I never touched it." My teacher sighed and said, "We all know that it was you, Neil. Who else could it be?" I answered, "It could be anyone, because you weren't smart enough to not keep it out on your table." After this, I stormed out of the classroom. I thought that was the end of it, and this teacher wouldn't bother me anymore, but it was far from over. That was only the beginning. The next day, I was called into the principal's office. I went there, and to my surprise, the principal was waiting for me along with two teachers, and one of them was the same one that accused me of stealing the money. I was very angry and started to talk with them aggressively, but they were answering in a very calm manner. Too calm. They were saying that they know that I did it, and it was okay because I have problems at home and need money. They tried to act understanding, but I kept saying that it wasn't me, that I didn't even touch the money, and they kept pushing it. I asked if they had any evidence besides my reputation, and they said that several people said they saw me take the money. This kept going on and on. Every day they would invite me in and keep asking me the same questions, and I would deny everything. And basically, they would make me stay longer after school and even check my backpack. But nobody would believe me because everybody in school knew the rumor that I stole the money, and everybody believed it. And to be honest, I was ready to confess. That would be easier than sitting in a small room with three adults who were taking hours of their life to prove that I was a thief and secretly hating me. They said that if I wouldn't confess, they would have no choice but to expel me. I went home that day, preparing to say that I had done it the next day. But thankfully, Matt was patiently waiting for me so we could walk home together. I told him everything, and he said that I shouldn't confess, and I said that they would expel me if I didn't. Matt laughed and said, "No, they won't. They're just bluffing to make you say it. They would call the police if they had any real evidence. They just need someone to blame, and I know that you didn't take the money." I asked Matt what I should do then, and he said, "Not you, what we should do." So basically, he had some kind of a plan. Matt was smarter than me in that sense. He said that we should look closely at the class that was younger than us, the one that was planning the trip. One of them probably took the money, and maybe we would notice something. So we started to spy on them, trying to notice anything that was out of the ordinary. We thought it would be hard and time-consuming, but actually, we found the truth in one day. one kid had a brand new Nintendo Switch. Yeah, maybe his parents bought it for him, but it was more than a coincidence that he had just gotten it and he was showing it off to everyone, surrounding himself with a bunch of other guys. And, to boot, the price of it was around the same as the amount of money that was stolen. Ugh. I got very angry and was on my way straight to him. Matt stopped me and said that we should be smart about it to make him confess. As other kids saw me, they all ran away. So there was only this dude, me, and Matt. I asked him, "Where'd you get the money for the console?" He smiled at me and said, "My parents gave me the money." Matt smiled and said, "We know the truth. One of your friends told us everything." The guy got visibly nervous, but continued to smile and to deny everything. Then Matt said, "Okay, we were going to ask you to give us your Switch, and we wouldn't say anything, but we'll just ask your friend to tell everything to the teacher." He said, "Nobody will believe you." And Matt said, "Yeah, okay." And we just continued to walk away. I got nervous, but Matt was very confident. The guy then chased us down and said, "Okay, I will
I gotta
give it to you.
win.
Just don't tell the teacher, please." Matt said, "No thanks," and we walked away. Matt pulled out his phone and showed me that he was recording the whole time. We went to the principal and showed him our proof, but he said that he didn't believe us and that we made this guy confess. I said, "Isn't that what you've been doing to me for a week?" I was getting angry again, but Matt said, "So you're not even going to call the parents of this guy and ask them if they bought him a console?" The principal actually listened to Matt, and after that call, he said that this guy's parents didn't know anything about a console. The principal apologized to me, although the teacher still refused to apologize. But I didn't care, because I was finally free, and the guy had to return all the money and got into a lot of trouble. I asked Matt later why he helped me, and he said, "You've helped me out every time anyone picked on me. Nobody picks on you because you're bigger. But this time, I felt like I could actually help." I'm very happy to have a friend like Matt in my life. Like this video and subscribe if you have real friends who you trust and will help you even when everybody else is against you. We've come too far to make our lives harder by using tobacco.
Hi, I'm Lucy, and I've created an anonymous blog where I reveal the secrets of people from my school. I just wanted to revenge on the girls that bullied me, but it quickly got out of control. Let's start with a little bit of background. I was 15, wearing braces, and had horrible acne on my face. Not a big deal, right? Yeah, right. But the older popular girls were constantly mocking me for it. They would even laugh at me when I passed by them in school. And it hurt, because they were pretty, and everyone liked them. I told my older sister Ashley what was going on. We went to the same school, and she said not to worry, because those girls had awkward secrets, and they only made the jokes because they were insecure. She told me all about them. One of them once made a very awkward video of herself covering a song. It was so disastrous that she eventually deleted it. But some people, including my sister, still had it in their possession. It was pretty awkward, but not super bad. But another girl, on the other hand, turned out to be constantly lying about herself. Like, she would say her hair was naturally red, but it wasn't true. And she would say that her parents were rich, but they weren't. And she would tell all of these crazy stories about her life, while in reality, she was living a very ordinary life. Once she even came up with a story that some man assaulted her, but she ran away. And she was describing it in detail, but it was 100% made up. My sister was also watching this pretty old show called Gossip Girl, where a girl creates an anonymous blog where she revealed rumors and horrible truths about the other characters. So naturally, I came up with a plan. I created an anonymous blog where I made several posts about those girls. I would write them in a very snarky and sarcastic manner. I even found that infamous video of the girl singing. I shared it in our school Facebook group, and the results were glorious. It turned out that a lot of people disliked these girls because they were so full of themselves. And it was really awesome to see how everyone reacted. Now, everyone was giggling and whispering about those girls and not about me. And the girls, they were extremely angry about it. Basically, I felt like a hero. The right thing to do was to abandon this blog right away. But I wanted more. Besides, other students started texting me different secrets about people. So I kept on doing this blog, posting stuff about people who deserve to be exposed. And then I would walk through school like a queen, although nobody knew it was me. But soon, I started to post almost anything juicy, even about people who clearly didn't deserve to be exposed or talked about in school. And the popularity of my blog rose, so it was affecting people more than when I began. Most of it was innocent enough, but sometimes I exposed secret relationships some people had, and those posts were by far the most popular. But it often damaged the reputations of some good people. I wasn't a hero anymore. I was a villain. And the consequences finally came. I got a message. I know who you are. It was terrifying. I started to look around trying to find someone who was looking at me a little differently. I was extremely paranoid and was sure that a lot of people were looking at me weirdly. Besides, teachers finally found out about my blog. I even decided to make a post about myself to remove any suspicions around me, but I couldn't do it in time because something else happened. Later that evening when I was home, someone threw a stone through our window and broke it. My dad and mom were mad, thinking some vandals did it, but I knew that wasn't true. And my sister also realized what was happening. She came to my room and asked if I was the gossip girl and if it was someone getting revenge. I knew that I couldn't lie, so I said yes. Ashley said that I should immediately stop doing this blog and confess to my parents. I promised that I would stop doing the blog, but I didn't want to tell my parents. But she said that if I wouldn't confess myself, she would do it instead. So I caved in and told my parents everything. They were mad and grounded me, limiting my access to the internet. And with that, I thought that it was finally over, but it wasn't. A week after I ended my career, my classmate Joe came up to me with a smile and said, "I'm glad you stopped doing this." I was shocked. I asked how he knew. He giggled and said, "I didn't. I was watching you, and you kind of changed right after this blog started. I wrote you a message to see how you would react, and you completely changed after you received it." I was impressed. But then I asked him, "But why did you throw a stone through my window?" He was confused and said, "I didn't." Then who was it? The truth was soon revealed. Those two popular girls posted a long post revealing the identity of the gossip girl. Only they said it was Ashley, my sister. They thought they'd figured out who could possibly know their secret in such detail and probably turned against each other at first, but then realized that my sister knew about it and she was into the Gossip Girl show. It was them, or maybe their boyfriends, who threw a stone at our house. Ashley wasn't even denying it. She was trying to protect me. She took the blame and was facing detention and hatred from the entire school. I was afraid, but even more, I was ashamed of how my actions had affected my sister. And all of this just because I felt insecure about my acne and braces. So I had to do the right thing. I made a post that in fact, I had created this blog and everything connected to it. I went to my teacher and also told her the truth. People started to hate me, yeah, and I got into a lot of trouble because of it. The popular girls continued to mock me, and almost everyone in our class stopped talking to me. But there were two people who stayed with me. Ashley was extremely proud of me and said that I did the right thing and that she was proud to have me as a sister. And the second person, surprisingly, was Joe. For some reason, he wasn't mad at me for doing the blog. He was very understanding and said that he actually enjoyed trying to figure out who it was. And now we're friends. Recently, I got my braces removed, and of course, people started to forget what I had done over time. Now I try to concentrate on my self-esteem. Because while I was doing the blog, I noticed how many people had problems similar to mine, acne and stuff like that. It wasn't a big deal. It was me who was afraid and ashamed of myself, and it led me to do some bad stuff. I mean, I was trying to get some revenge instead of just being normal. Well, at least it was exciting. Like this story if you found it interesting, and, well, think that I deserved what happened to me in the end. And don't forget to subscribe.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London. Burberry Her, the new.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, D. Self-made, self-paid. And we back with another video, baby. If you haven't yet, like this video and subscribe to your boy. At 70,000 likes, we'll be dropping the next video. And don't forget to follow our Instagram, DJ.known and the Black Trump. And so you don't miss out in the future, make sure you turn on my post notifications. And with all that being said, y'all enjoy the video. And here we have Derek, the one that always leaves early. Leather belts on sale, 5 for 5. My God. Oh, hey, Derek. Of course you can, baby. Thank you, Mama Trons. No, I'm coming up. No, hey, bro, you got to play for real. I'm about to go home. I play. What? You got next, bro, for real. I'm being creative, I can't die. Derek, you trying to put... Derek! Derek! No, Derek! Bro, you can play, bro! You can play! It's crazy, bro. I bet you ain't let him play the game now, bitch! You gonna lose friends like that, DJ! Go there, baby! I got it! It's Tyree, bro! He tested me! Tyree! And here we have Tyreek, the one that's always asking for something. Oh, yo. Good, man. Oh! Alright, bro.
I'm amazing.
Yo, Terry, hold up, look. Yo, you got something to drink.
Oh boy, yeah, boy. I killed all of them. Got 2 kills in 1 shot.
Let's go ahead and work, bro. Yo, go get a ring. I'm gonna let you get two. It's alright, bro. Don't you worry about it. You should. Yeah, bro. Three! Let's go, man. That boy Kenny and Curry is a problem. Ain't no beating him, bro.
Don't come back if you don't got no money.
Hi, I'm Susie. I hated my daughter for so long. Now, before you judge me and call me all sorts of names for being a bad mother and all of that, I'd like you to hear my story. Typical story of boy meets girl and they fall in love. Nothing special. James and I graduated from college with good grades, but getting jobs became an exhausting task. I worked as a waitress to earn some money while James was hunting for a real job. Everything is going to be fine, sweetie, I usually said with tears in my eyes, which I quickly winked away. We went to bed hungry most nights. There were some times I stole food from the cafe just so we'd have something to eat. I was caught one day and given a strict warning. A short time after, I found out I was pregnant, and I wept like a baby. We were barely surviving, and now we were about to add another mouth to feed, and all the difficulties that came with having a baby. Everything's going to be fine, James consoled me, even though he felt like crying himself. I won't bore you with the details of my pregnancy. Suffice it to say that getting pregnant was the worst mistake of my life. James changed after I gave birth. He started to neglect me and do everything I hated and get angry when our daughter cried. But no, that wasn't when I started hating my daughter. James became a stranger and started getting phone calls from women. When I confronted him, he finally said that he's seen someone else and doesn't want me anymore. I couldn't believe he'd do that after all we'd been through together. I was devastated as I watched him leave the house without even asking for forgiveness or begging for a second chance. That was about 13 years ago. It was very hard for me bringing up my daughter alone without a good job, but I managed just fine. Even if I went to bed hungry, I made sure Nora's stomach was filled. I was there for every school play, recital, ballet, bake sale, and so much more. James was nowhere to be found.
I wanna
A
get
few years ago, I won the lottery and was finally able to start my own business and earn a great amount of money monthly. It felt like life was finally rewarding me
I
after all
won
the hard
the game.
obstacles I faced.
I won the game. I got a
But
victory
my daughter,
royal.
when she was 10 years old, she found a secret between the pages of an old novel. A picture of James and I holding her when she was still a baby. She came asking, and I shut her down. Had I known, I should have told her James was dead. After all, he was dead to me. 4 months ago, I discovered that Nora had been communicating with her father for the past 3 years. She took that photograph and went investigating with the help of her friends and found him. I can't tell you how betrayed I felt. After everything I did for her, we had a major fight when she wanted to spend the summer with him. How dare you do this to me? How dare you go and meet that man who abandoned you? You ungrateful child. After all I sacrificed for you. I screamed like a banshee. Mom, please stop. My 13-year-old daughter shouted as she stuffed clothes into her bag. Why should I? It's because he's rich, isn't he? But I earn a lot of money now as well. And I did everything I could to make you happy. I was so mad at her, I yelled at the top of my voice. Yes, James later got his dream job. With tears in her eyes, she said, "Oh, Mom, how can you say that?" She left the house with me still shouting at her. That was the beginning of so many quarrels. I felt betrayal so strong, it was bordering on hatred. I told her everything I went through in the hands of her father, but she still went ahead to have a relationship with him. It got to a point, Nora and I no longer spoke to each other. Now you know why I can't stand her. It might seem petty to you, but I can't describe the hurt I feel. I hope you understand why I feel so betrayed, but what happened later might shock you even more. A month ago, James died of cancer, which I feel karma slapped him with. Nora was so inconsolable, but I couldn't feel pity for the man who not only broke my heart, but stole my daughter as well. Wicked of me, right? I'm sorry, but that's the way I felt. That day, Nora walked into the room in a plain black dress, looking like her father died. Well, he did. Her eyes were puffy from weeping, and I wished with all my heart that she'd be this sorrowful when I died. She walked to where I was calmly seated and threw a letter in my face. "What's this?" I asked. "It's a letter from Dad to you." "Get it away from me," I snapped. "Read it, for goodness sake," she yelled and rushed out of the room. After staring at the letter for a moment, I opened it resentfully and read it. What I read was not what I expected from James. "My dear Susie, the only woman I ever loved. This letter will come as a surprise to you, but I feel I have to explain things so that you can stop hating me, even in death. I'm so sorry for ruining your life. When you told me you were pregnant, it was bittersweet news to me. I was happy the woman I loved was pregnant with my child, but I knew what it would do to you, as things were very difficult for us then. But what you didn't know then was that I was diagnosed with cancer. I couldn't tell you and ruin that amazing moment for us. I know that what I did was wrong, but I didn't have any idea what I should do. So I pretended to be with someone else and started to treat you badly just so you would leave. I didn't want you and our daughter to go with me through this horrible journey of fighting cancer. I'm so sorry, my love. I died the day I left you, but I thought it was for the best. I sent you money through your boss every opportunity I got and made him call it a raise. You got her to go with me through this horrible journey of fighting cancer. I'm so sorry, my love. I died the day I left you, but I thought it was for the best. I sent you money through your boss every opportunity I got and made him call it a raise. You didn't win the lottery, my love. I sent you that money immediately after I made my first million, and I'm happy you used it to set up your dream business, which has made you live in comfort with our daughter ever since. I beat cancer a while before that, but I was told the chances are high that I would become sick again, so I couldn't risk it. I wanted to love you from afar, but I couldn't die before meeting Nora. When she found me that day, I couldn't help but take her into my life. She's a wonderful daughter, thanks to you. I'm glad you found happiness without me. I'm so sorry for everything. Please, find it in your heart to forgive me. I love you." Tears ran down my eyes in waves. Nora came into the living room, stared at me with pity in her eyes, and sat down to draw me into her arms. We cried together. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
They're like
I
burnt
wept
ghosts.
bitterly. It's okay, Mom. You didn't know. He explained everything to me when we met for the first time, but he told me to keep it from you. I had to respect his wishes. He was afraid you'd get back together, and then he dies and leaves you in tears. But I convinced him to write everything in this letter. That moment, my daughter and I connected again. I regretted all the time I spent hating her and her father. Maybe it's too late now, and I can never tell James how I feel. I want to punch him in the face for doing this to me, but also to hug him and kiss him and forget all the pain. It's too late. But it is not too late to love our daughter, the fruit of our love, forever.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and see you later. Bye!